Hello and welcome to Social Media Saturday, January 26, 2019. Steve Sipress here in my library. And I was looking for one book in particular, and I put it as the title of this video because I just had an online chat with New York Times best-selling author, Barty Toto, author of The Power of Asking. And that came about because somewhere on Facebook in one of the groups, somebody was mentioning one of my businesses, and Barty popped in and said, I'd love to help you out with that. And of course, I immediately messaged her back or sent her a private message and said, man, thank you for the offer, and I'm going to take you up on that. And a conversation ensued, and then she showed me a video of her hanging out and having a brief chat with Gary Vaynerchuk. For those, I'm sure everyone knows Gary V. And she was discussing the whole concepts of The Power of Asking, her New York Times bestselling book. And Gary V was responding in kind and mentioning that he taught something similar in his book. It was the whole concept of the book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. So I immediately said, that's it. It's Social Media Saturday. That's all about how to make money and be successful on social media. That's going to be the subject of my video today. So here I am. Tracy's here. George is here. Great seeing you. Immediately came over to my library and said, let's show the copy of Gary V's book on the video. And then I realized I no longer have a copy of that book, although, of course, I bought it when it first came out about, 4 or 5 years ago. And but when I moved from Chicago to here in sunny Arizona about 3 years ago, and Jeff Morris is here, good seeing you, I gave away over 1,000 books out of my library collection. I was like, for those that follow me, I was like, wait a minute. And my beautiful wife was like, hang on, are we going to fill half the moving truck with your books? I think I had 18 bookcases, floor to ceiling, filled with stuff, plus piled up in the corners and all over the place. And I was like, man, now that there's Amazon Kindle, I can get back any book I want. And I've bought dozens of books that I had given away in physical form. I bought them on the downloadable online or on the app or whatever you call it format, the digital format, that's it, the digital format of the Amazon Kindle. And I don't think that's one of them because the book, hopefully you've gotten it, hopefully you've read it. If not, check it out. It's, although, I'm going to take that back. Gary even admitted, and it's about social media, and I just said it's about 4 or 5 years old, and he admitted it in the book itself. I think it was in the foreword of the introduction. He's like, man, even in the months it took me to write this thing, some of the stuff is already obsolete. I mean, social media is changing all the time. What it still is, it's a book. The book is all about Gary V's advice on 5 or 6 of the different social media websites, networks, whatever you call it, and specific advice of the different types of posts and conversations you have and images and everything, really detailed, including great examples of what to do and what not to do. Good post, bad post, everything in between. He discussed it. And then even at the end, I remember he went into and just mentioned, other sites like LinkedIn and Vine and whatever. But the main ones he covered in the course of the book, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, I don't remember all of them. But the premise, the concept, the title, Jab, 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 Right Hook. If I wasn't holding let's switch hands here, and I'll show you the title of the book, which actually, since you're facing me the other way, I'll do it the opposite way. I'll say Jab, 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 and then Right Hook, boom. And what that translates into is the jabs are the good content that you give, and then the right hook is the pitch. You ask for the sale. And so while Barty was talking about her New York Times bestselling book, The Power of Asking, and how asking is a form of generosity, allowing people to give by asking. And Gary Vee was like, right, too many people, he said he wrote the book because, and I think everyone knows this, he wrote the book because there are too many people out there, maybe you're one of them. And that's why I'm happy that you're tuned in today on Social Media Saturday. Maybe you're somebody that's always jabbing, jab, jab, jab. You're giving, good content, but you're afraid or you're unsure. You're afraid of hearing the word no, so you never ask, you never pitch. You don't, boom, deal the knockout blow. You're just jabbing and jabbing away. So many people do that on social media or networking meetings in person or anywhere else in business. They're delivering great content. I've seen newsletters that people pay money to, and then they put them all together and they write them up and they mail them out, and there's no offers in there. I'm like, I've seen tons of commercials, even on TV, radio, all over the place. If you watch the Super Bowl's coming up in a couple of weeks, I know. Of course, I no longer, people that know me know I'm out on the NFL as for a couple of years now, but on the Super Bowl, you will rarely see a commercial with a right hook, with asking anything. It's just making you laugh. It's jabbing here, laugh at the kid and the horse and the Doritos and the whatever, but it's not going to say, please buy Doritos. Or if you buy Doritos tomorrow, the day after the Super Bowl, you get a special deal. Or if some kind of offer. There's no jabbing there. And a lot of people do it on social media. On the other hand, there's the other issue Gary talks about, which is right hook, right hook, right hook. Yourself, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy. You wanna produce that right hook. Bigger companies make this mistake a lot because their social media department wants to deliver that knockout blow so they can report back, look at all the money we made with social media. So they're constantly barraging people with selling, taking, and never giving the good content and building that relationship. And as Gary Vee teaches in the book, jab, 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 right hook, not paying attention, which you want to do. Pay attention to the way that you're using, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever. They're all different, and you got to fit in with the culture on that way that you're using on that particular social media site. So here on Facebook, I have recorded for almost the last 2 years now, it's coming up on 2 years, every single day a Facebook Live video, almost from the time that it came out. I had a colleague of mine that I just was hanging out in person with last week in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He actually came to my 3 times a year event with my clients. He was one of my special VIP guests, and I always remind him when I see him that he's the inspiration for my daily Facebook Live videos. Because I'm not going to tell the story again, but anyway, Facebook had come out with these live videos, and I said, that's it. I'm going to do a Facebook Live video, and I'm going to do it every day. That's the culture of Facebook. I know LinkedIn has live videos. I haven't gotten in. I repurpose my Facebook Live video and put it up on LinkedIn every day, but I have not yet recorded the live video on LinkedIn. I find there's a lot of engagement on Facebook, and most people are on LinkedIn. If they're like me, they're not on it all the time like Facebook. They're not on there to watch live videos. They check in once in a while, sometimes once in a long while, once a week, once a month, maybe even longer. Maybe if you have a LinkedIn account, when's the last time you went on there and actively checked in? So each site has its different culture. You want to fit in. You want to deliver the content that people are looking for, but then don't be afraid to ask. Remember Barty's title of her book is The Power of Asking. That right hook, you got to ask. So Gary Vee teaches that jab, 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 right hook. I've talked about the 80-20 rule, which would be jab, 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 right hook. 4 posts where you're delivering good content, and then 1 post where you're selling something or asking for something in return. So you'll see I don't do it on every single one of my videos. Every single one of my videos, I'm delivering good content. Not even every one. Sometimes I'm just saying hello, like on Sunday Fun Day. I'm just checking in because I promise to do a video every day. Sunday, I almost never talk about business. I just check in and say hello because it's a day and I promise to do a video in a day. I often don't deliver good content and I don't ask for anything in return on a Sunday. I just kind of say hello on a Sunday. But most of the other days, I'd like to feel, and I get a lot of good feedback, that I deliver great content. But once in a while, I will say, hey, now go to my website and do this. Check out this. Go check out one of my courses, check out one of my books, check out one of my businesses, one of my websites, check out one of my clients' businesses. I will ask. I will not just jab, jab, jab with good content all the time, and I will not just right hook all the time like some people do. Hey, buy this, hey, buy that. Man, people connect with me on Facebook, and I'll go look at their page or on Twitter, and it's like, buy this, buy every tweet, buy this, buy that, buy this. Cut that out. It's not what you do. Okay, so if you're unsure of what to do on the different sites, a lot of the advice that Gary Vee gives in that book, best-selling book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, is obsolete and outdated, but some of it is still good today. And I looked throughout my few bookshelves that I now have with physical books where I kept pretty much only the books that are either signed by the author or written by me or have the forward by me or a blurb by me or one of my clients' books, or the real gems, the real classics. I've kept those as well. But I had an idea that if I still had Gary Vee's book, it would likely be right around here. Because here are two other of Gary Vee's books, Crush It and The Thank You Economy, and the next book that he published, if I remember correctly, was Jab, 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 Right Hook, and it ought to be right here. Actually, kind of near two of my books. How about that? And the classic Think and Grow Rich, and the classic Capel's Tested Advertising Method, and Rhino Success Trilogy, and J. Conrad Levinson's Guerrilla Marketing, and Eugene Schwartz's, and my books, and my clients' books as well. But I know I gave away that book, 5 years old, mostly outdated, but some good content. Definitely worth picking up on Amazon for whatever, 15, 20 bucks it is on the Kindle, and leaf through that and at least get a general understanding if you're struggling at all with social media. Or just keep tuning in on Saturdays. I'll be here every Saturday, God willing, with Social Media Saturday, more tips to help you make money in your business. So thanks for being here today. I don't see any questions, comments, concerns. Laisha's here. Great seeing you. And everybody watching live, watching on the replay, and all the likes and shares and comments. I always respond when appropriate. Thank you for leaving them all. And that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. So take this to heart. Do social media the right way, and you will have success. If you have any trouble with that, shoot me a message and ask me. I'll give you some one-on-one help. That'll do it for Social Media Saturday. I'll be back again tomorrow, as always, just to check in on Sunday Funday. And I'll be back with business building tips on Direct Mail Monday, and I hope you will join me then. Adios.